Hi, I'm never going to let you down and welcome to the first of our deck guides. I'm hoping to make this a regular feature of the channel, where we take a quick dive into various decks and look at their strengths, weaknesses, strategies and synergies. The first deck I will be looking at is Born of Fire. This is one of the decks you can use when first starting out in the game, and so it makes sense as one to start our reviews with. Now, just as a quick note, as you play through Trainer Challenge using the 3 starter decks, you unlock new cards for each of the decks that make them slightly more powerful. For this review, I will be looking at the final version of the deck with all the upgraded cards unlocked. So to start off, let's have a quick run through of the Pokemon contained within Born of Fire. Now the basic strategy with Born of Fire is to attempt to quickly power up your main attackers and overwhelm the opponents with hard hitting attacks. This deck has the greatest draw power of the starter decks, and you need to try and make use of this to get your main attackers into play early, so that you can start hitting your opponent with high damage from the second or third turn. Now your 2 main attackers for this deck are Rapidash and Arcanine. Proportionally, these are your 2 strongest attackers. Arcanine does 90 damage for the cost of 3 energy, and Rapidash does 70 damage for 2 energy. Persian and Tauros can theoretically both do more damage with similar energy requirements, but they both require coin flips, and in Tauros' case, plenty of damage counters on Tauros itself. Now both Arcanine and Rapidash require you to discard an energy in order to use their best attacks, and this is where the key card of this deck comes in. Within the deck you get 2 burning energy. This card provides 1 fire energy, only, and I repeat only, when attached to a fire Pokemon. In addition to this, when the card is discarded, it is immediately reattached to the Pokemon you discarded it from. This allows you to keep attacking with your Arcanine and Rapidash without burning through your energy. Now you only get 2 of these cards in the deck, so, and I cannot stress this enough, do everything possible to save them for Arcanine and Rapidash. Make sure you don't attach both to the same Pokemon, and do not, under any circumstances, attach a burning energy to one of your non-fire Pokemon unless you also have Flareon in play, as Flareon's ability gives all your stage 1 non-fire Pokemon the fire typing in addition to their other type. In terms of your other Pokemon, Flareon, Persian and Tauros should be your secondary attackers. All deal reasonable amounts of damage, and with a few lucky coin flips, Persian and Tauros can both really bring the pain. Moltres is best employed as a sweeper. It can hit for 120 damage at the cost of 4 energy and 20 damage to itself, whilst having a low retreat cost. So where possible, bring it in against a damaged opponent, hit them for 120, and then retreat if the next fight is not winnable, before doing the same again. Snorlax feels somewhat out of place in this deck. It has a potentially very useful ability which reduces damage from attacks by 30, but its high retreat cost and the lack of switching cards in the deck makes it near useless as a starting Pokemon. For me, the best way to use Snorlax is late game. Sit it on your bench with an experienced Share attached, gradually let it power up as your other Pokemon are knocked out, and then bring it out late on. Finally, Meowth should be your initial Pokemon for the drawing power it gives you where possible, whilst Vulpix is totally and utterly pointless. Now trainer cards within the deck are a fairly random mix with no real consistent theme, but a couple do bear a closer look. The first is the 2 energy retrieval cards. Now this is a card with a very basic effect, but in this deck it can be used in 2 different ways. The first is to ensure a consistent energy supply for your Arcanine or Rapidash if you haven't managed to get a burning energy into your hand. The second is to use this card in conjunction with the Scorched Earth Stadium card to increase your draw power, especially since draw power is one of the big issues with the starter decks. Now you also get 2 experienced Share cards in the deck. For those newer to the game, this card is attached to a Pokemon, and every time your active Pokemon is knocked out, you can move 1 basic energy from that Pokemon to the Pokemon that experienced Share is attached to. So this is essentially a slow way to power up a benched Pokemon without using your energy attachment allowance each turn. This card is most effective on a Pokemon that takes a while to power up, but which can be a good late game sweeper. And it's clear that in this deck, the 2 choices for that role are Moltres and Snorlax. So where possible, attach one of these cards to Moltres and the other to Snorlax. So in summary, this deck suits an aggressive style of play. You need to get your attackers into play early and hitting for big damage to take control of the prize trade. The regular discarding of energy involved in attacking with this deck means that longer games are unlikely to favour you. So hit hard, hit early, and burn through your opponent. Now we've got a quick game coming up for you now where we're playing against the Water Starter deck, and we managed to get a really good win, especially considering that we have a weakness. So hope to see you for the next review and enjoy the game. Okay, hidden depths. Let's see if we can get a win with a weakness. Okay, lost the coin flip. I'm assuming he'll go second. Yep. Okay. So, we play town map first. Let's see what we have for conversion. It's not linking that yet. I would quite like to get a Snorlax onto the bench with that experience shirt. I'm assuming this will be somewhere to draw into the Seeking. Yeah, I'm assuming he's trying to get his Seeking area. Ah, there we are. Yeah. So that'll probably one of the Arctic and all that for us. So he's quite a good drop there. Because that ability to do some damage with Persia could come in useful to one-shot something. I was tempted to use Revive to potentially knock this Pokemon out of this turn, but if I did, there's a good chance the Lapras would have a water energy anyway, and it would simply knock it out. So I was tempted to play Lysandra and bring in the duo, but I know that he can't knock me out this turn because Tauros does 110 damage. So assuming that the next turn I will almost certainly be able to knock him out with Seething Anger. So there is no need to do that yet. Now I don't want to, normally I would use takedown, but I don't want to do that 10 damage and risk him knocking me out. I don't think it's worth it. So potentially a 100 damage to play, or potentially 0 life to play. So, we'll now attack that. I'm going to use Giovanni's Skin to make sure, or to give me a better chance of knocking it out. So, without the Giovanni's Skin, I don't want to use that, I don't want to use more cards in his hand. So assuming, no, I don't think he doesn't know I have the Persian, so assuming he attaches the water energy to this, he knocks it out. Right, so he doesn't. Right, so I want to get rid of that Articuno. Or do I? Try and get rid of this Articuno. So, Seething Anger. But remember, even if he knocks it out, remember, I've got the Persian to come in and that can one-shot Goldeen. Gets a water energy hit. Ideally, he attaches it to Goldeen. That would waste the energy for it. It's a shame I could... We'll use a support cards. I don't really need to set Sycamore at this point, but let's get it out anyway. One more energy to me now. There's no need to attach a third, because when he calls into Persian, I'll need to